Hello, my viewers. Welcome. I am David Wenyi. There is something I want to discuss, particularly with young people. I made a Facebook post on Sunday how I was in church, the preacher was preaching about a different thing, a help from God. And the thoughts of the lifestyle of a young man, a well known, popular young man who lived Albert briefly and died, late Chief Victor Okafor, Ezego of Ihiala. It was a very popular name. I now noticed that God was using that serenity of the church compound to introduce a different lesson to me, which I am going to share with you on this video. What is that lesson? Life of purpose, life of meaning. Victor, let Chief Victor Okafor Ezego of Ihiala, made all his money, multi-billionaire. He died at the age of 34. So it means at the age of 34, he became so wealthy that his name is on the lips of every businessman in Nigeria. But the source of his wealth till today remains unverifiable. Let Chief Victor, even if you go to Google and check his name, Google defined this man, a young man, as an opulent businessman whose source of wealth, who engaged in diabolic means to make wealth. So I want to ask you a question, you that is listening to me. When you die, what will you be remembered for? The title of that my Facebook post on Sunday was, If Death Only Can Erase Your Memory. If at the point of death, once you die, everything you built is forgotten, re-examine what you are building presently. It means what you are building is not worth the effort. It's like building your house that immediately you die, it will be demolished. Why building it? So I want to challenge you to re-examine all your projects, your lifestyle, everything you are doing at the moment as a young man, as a young woman, or even as an adult. You are 60, you are 70, but you are still strong enough to build, to make investment. When I'm saying building, it's not physical building. It can be investment in material things, investment in human beings for tomorrow. When you live a life of purpose, look at late Nelson Mandela. In the next 50 years, in the next 100 years, anywhere in Africa, in the world, the name Nelson Mandela is mentioned. His impact, the life he lived, because he lived for people, he lived for others, he lived for humanity. What he lived for will still be remembered. You can live a very good life as a young person. You can even achieve fame, global fame. You can achieve it while maintaining a meaningful life. Somebody like Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, she's making, who is more famous than her at the moment? Which name in the business world will you call, or in the commerce industry, anywhere you will call, even in government that you will call, that will beat her reach in terms of popularity? But she's living a life of purpose. The two can go hand in hand. So you must not be carried away by this social media thing, frenzy, flamboyance, that you must do this and that. Some people, when it was raining, that you can do okite. How many people who did okite are even richer than some of these people who made legit money? You can make wealth legally with meaning. You can also make impact. There are men whose money, we say their money long, whose money has depth, has deep tap roots. They are not noisy, they are helping humanity, they are living life of purpose. because that is the most important thing. If you don't re-examine your life, if you don't live for a purpose, then you are making the mistake of living a life that is ephemeral, a meaningless life that once you are buried, everything goes. Once your name is mentioned, that leave that foolish man or leave that foolish woman. So I brought in that post hard work as one of the characteristics that every young person should embody. Hard work, patience, belief in oneself. These three characteristics, if you have them, of course, there is a place for integrity and honesty. That one, those ones are very vital. But before we even test your integrity level, before we even know how reliable you are, you must first have the skill. You must be tested in the skill. We must know your ability to produce something. Then going forward, going bigger, we now check you have skill. Can you be trusted? Are you somebody that when you say yes, your yes means your yes? So my advice to the young people, my fellow young people, I'm also a young person. You must live, just re-examine what you are doing now. Live for something, work hard. Hard work, you cannot substitute hard work for anything. Forget luck. People usually say when preparation meets opportunity, they call it luck. It is not luck, because when you meet such opportunities, if you are not prepared, you will lose it. So I am I am very much convinced that hard work backed with competence, when you work hard, you are patient. Again, patience is one of the virtues that cannot be substituted with anything. If you are not a patient person, you can lose even opportunities. People will want to test your level of patience. Me, I can have patience even when you feel I am stupidly patient. But it counts for you when people know that you're a patient person. Some may take you for granted, but there is no disadvantage in being a patient person. Once you're a hard worker, you are patient, and you have self belief. Have that self belief as a young person, and of course, you must believe in your God, because there is the place of God cannot be taken by any man, cannot be taken by any power. So have this, and the sky is your limit. I want you to stay glued to this channel. We'll be sharing lives lessons and some teachings. We'll be sharing our experiences. If you have something you want to also share, you can also drop in the comment section. Thanks, and God bless.